and we think he's just scratching the surface offensively of what he's going to be able to do. So I'm going to pass it over to him. You guys listened to me ramble the other night, and I know you want to talk to him more than you want to talk to me. So,
thank you, Travis. Thank you for everyone coming in. First and foremost, I want to say I'm so blessed to be drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to God Almighty for putting me in this position I'm in right now. And I really feel blessed, and I'm so excited to be an Atlanta Hawk. It's a warm welcome for me. I'm feeling all the love from Atlanta already on social media. Even when I first got here, it was a warm welcome for me. So I'm excited to get to work, and I'm ready to turn the A up.
All right. Thank you both, and welcome again. We're going to get started with the first question from Sarah Spencer of the AJC.
Hey, Onyeka, nice to meet you.
Hello.
So watching you get drafted to the Hawks, it seemed like such an emotional moment. What was that moment like for you? And just what are the emotions like now that you're, transitioning to the NBA and you'll be able to play some games pretty soon now?
Yeah. Draft is such a dream come true. It's a moment you dream about when you're a little kid. I remember I'm 7 years old thinking about getting drafted, and 12 years later, 13 years later, here I am now. And I was just so emotional. I told myself I'm not going to cry, but obviously I couldn't hold on to that promise. And now I'm just blessed to be in this position, and I'm just ready to get to work as soon as possible.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get to the second question, I just want to let everybody know that we're going to focus today's availability on each of the players who were drafted, as Sarah did, but just want to be sure that we're focusing on draft. That's all. The next question will come from Raphael Haynes.
Hello, Onyeka. First, congratulations once again. My question is, we know Travis talked about offensively just scratching the surface. We know you as a defensive guy, but with the pandemic and the quarantine, what parts of your game did you work on offensively?
Shooting. I really took a lot of time into shooting. You want to see towards the end of the season, I started shooting the ball a lot more because in high school I would shoot the ball a lot. And during this off season, it was about 6-7 months. All I've been doing is shooting the ball. I really believe that with time I can really stretch the floor out consistently and be a great shooter.
Have you thought about, or have you worked on your game as far as shooting threes? We know right now in the NBA, we see a lot of big men shooting a lot of threes. Have you focused on that or practiced that?
Definitely. Me and my trainer, B, took a lot of time into working on my three-point shot, catch and shoot, getting my release fast. I really feel comfortable stretching the floor right now.
Thank you.
All right. Our next question will come from Chris Kirschner with The Athletic.
Hey, Onyeka. So what are the past 24 hours like for you? So you got drafted. What do you do? Like, do you have your bags packed already? Like, is there communication with Travis and Lloyd right after? Can you just take me through what those 24 hours afterward are like?
After I got drafted, first I went out to greet everybody. It was at my draft party, and I did hours of media, so I wasn't really on my phone. But Travis called me right before I got drafted. They said we're going to select you. And I talked to him, the owner, and Lloyd Pierce. So that happened. And then hours after that, the next day, on the flight from LA to Atlanta, it's 4 hours, and this time difference. I'm on a flight for about 8 hours. And I got right out here last night and slept. And now, this morning, met some of the guys on the team, got situated with the owner, and here I am now.
All right. Our next question will come from Jamila Johnson from ATLHawksFans.com.
Hey, Onyeka. Congratulations and welcome to Atlanta. I just wanted to ask you, do you have any history with any of the current players on the team? And if not, do you have any mentors who are already in the NBA?
I don't have any history with anyone. The only history I know is that I was at the USA mini camp, and Trae Young was on my team. It was back when I was in high school, so I knew Trae Young a little bit back then. He was on my team. But the only mentors I really have is Blake Griffin. He was helping me a lot this preseason with the same agent talking to me. and Lonzo Ball. He's close to me. He's my older brother. He's like family to me. He was just telling me the advice I needed to go into my rookie year.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Rashad Milligan of Peachtree Hoops.
Hey, Onyeka. My question is that this was, I don't know if you saw this. This was kind of recommended by a fan on Reddit, on the Hawks subreddit. With Dominique having the number 21 retired, in regards to your jersey number, he requested, this is the dad, man, I wanted to give him his credit, that you wear number 7 so you could set yourself up to have the nickname 007. Do you have a number in mind that you want to wear?
I get that reference a lot. I think it's from an old James Bond movie, being 007, but I'm going to be 17. 17, that was my favorite number growing up. And that was also my brother's age when he passed away. So now I can be able to rep my favorite number and his how old he was when he passed away.
That's awesome.
All right, we'll go back to Sarah Spencer.
Onyeka, what's your impression of this Hawks team? Like, were you able to watch them at all last season, or what are your thoughts on just the way that this young team is trending, hopefully trying to really turn the franchise around this year?
We have a lot of talent here, led by Trae Young. We have a lot of talent, a lot of young players, with Collins, Herter, Hunter, Capella. We have also Cam Reddish. There's a lot of upcoming promising talent. So I'm able to get to learn from that, get to work with them, and we're going to be a very good team for years to come.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Chris Kirshner.
What do you want to achieve in your rookie season? Do you have anything in mind that you feel like you need to prove to people?
Well, first and foremost, right now, I just want to get healthy. I have a fractured toe that's on its way to being healed up. So I want to be able to get that worked on. But after that, I just want to be able to get better, be impactful right away, help my team win games. That's all I really want to do, be healthy, be able to help my team win games.
Next to Edwin Powell from Hawks Beat.
Hey, welcome to Atlanta, man. Just curious, what NBA player do you feel that your game resembles or has close similarities to right now?
I feel like really I'm like a Bam type of player. Me and him are great defenders, versatile defenders. And offensively, they're able to handle the ball, able to be a good playmaker. And right now, I'm working on those aspects of my game. I feel like my handles are very solid right now. I can get better. I'm working on my decision making, being a better playmaker. When I was with my trainer back in LA, and I feel like I can stretch the floor better than Bam does right now. Be able to hit open shots around the arc or mid range. I really feel like I can stretch the floor.
We will go back to Raphael Haynes.
Onyeka, on draft night, you mentioned that you studied a lot of Dikembe Mutombo. Have you reached out, or has he reached out to you, or even with Clint Capella? Have you talked to any of them? And if so, what is it that you're looking to take from their defensive, efforts or abilities?
I don't recall making a Dikembe Mutombo reference on draft night. Might have been a mistake, but he's a great shot blocker. He puts a lot of effort into blocking shots, and for me, it's all about how I block shots. Sometimes you block shots, and sometimes you just let stuff go. For me, it's all about a mindset. Sometimes I know I'm going to block the shot. Other times it'll be straight vertical. And with me, I just want to be a rim protector. I have to protect the rim. There's always been I have to block the shot. But with Dikembe, he's a great shot blocker. So I definitely want to study some of his film too.
We're back to Sarah Spencer.
Onyeka, how do you I know it's very early, but how do you see yourself maybe fitting in on this roster? Like, obviously you're mostly a center, but I know they might want you to play a little bit at the 4 too. Like, how do you see yourself carving out a role?
Definitely being a defensive anchor first. Being able to be back there. Being a defensive guy, rotating, helping, blocking shots, getting the passing lane. Just overall, my pride on defense can help us team a lot. offensively, being a big role guy, energy guy, hopefully being able to stretch the floor, being able to get offensive rebounds, being half on offense, I'm able to really like cut around the basket, I just move around a lot. So I feel like I can play with Clint, with John Collins down there. So I'm able to really be interchangeable with those two.
To follow up, is that kind of what you see as your identity and what you can contribute right away? Because this is obviously a team that needs some help on defense.
Definitely. I feel like with me, my defensive awareness and instincts natural, so that can definitely carry it right away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this point, there are no raised hands in the queue. Oh, here's Sarah again. So here we go.
Earlier you mentioned you wanted to get healthy. Have you been able to get like a second MRI done or anything, or could you give us like a little health update on how your foot/toe is doing?
Yeah, I just got an MRI right now, and it's looking better than it was when I was back in Los Angeles. So that's very positive and good to hear. So I'm excited to be able to, get to work as soon as possible. I really feel like I'll be able to be good for season.
That's not fair, Sarah. I haven't even got that update yet.
Travis, now you know.
Good to hear, though.
It's good news. So right now, like, what's your level of what you're allowed to do physically?
No, I still got to talk with the people here on what they want me to do. But I told them, like, if I could play right now, I could. But obviously, I'm not going to do that because I'm not 100% healthy. But it's very positive what they're telling me, and I'm really confident that I'll be able to play for us like this season.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We've got a question from Annie Finberg.
Hey, welcome to Atlanta again. You mentioned earlier about Hawks fans reaching out to you on social media, congratulating you and welcoming you. Can you just tell me what that means to you to see all that? And then also if you have a message for Hawks fans who are really excited to see you on the court this year.
No, it was beautiful what they're telling me, man. People were just telling me that welcome to Atlanta. We can't wait to see you. The Hawks made the right selection in the draft. So, I felt like loved and welcome to the city. And to all the Hawks fans, I'm going to work my tail off. I want to be able to help you guys win, bring that winning culture back to Atlanta. I just can't wait to get to work.
Okay, we've got another question from Chris Kirshner.
I'm going into draft night. Did you have any indication that Atlanta was going to be the team you chose, or was it a total surprise when Travis ended up calling you and said that you were going to be the pick?
Kind of had an idea that the Hawks were going to take me, but obviously not always 100% sure. Sam told me he already knew the day before, but he wanted me to be surprised to get my reaction. And obviously everyone saw my reaction on ESPN, so it wasn't really a surprise. I knew I was coming here.
We're back to Edwin Powell with Hawks Beat.
Just curious, what is your familiarity with the city of Atlanta as far as the culture, the music, the food? Like, what are you looking forward to when you get settled here?
I want to experience it all. I've been to Atlanta before, so I know about the MLK Memorial. I've been there before. I've been to the TNT studios before. I know Atlanta pretty well. I haven't really explored downtown like that or the outskirts, but I've been to Atlanta a couple of times. I have some experience out here. I can't wait to, get to meet the great fans, go to the arena. The music here is great. Obviously, all the top music artists are from Atlanta, so I'm excited to see it all.
We're back to Sarah Spencer.
What do you think you can learn from a guy like Clint Capella? He has a ton of playoff experience. Do you think you can learn from him and maybe John Collins too?
Definitely. Those are players who are established in the league already. I can definitely learn some things about them. I have to take care of my body and what it takes to be successful in this league. They take it all in, so I can definitely, be like them. Players who are getting their second contracts. Being able to help their team win. That's all. It's what it's about. It's helping your team win games, and I want to be able to do that for this Atlanta Hawks team.
We are back to Rashad Milligan.
Onyeka, after this week's draft, a lot of people have been talking about that Chino Hills team in 2016, 2017 being the greatest high school public school team ever. Where do you think you guys stand in that ranking of public high school teams of all time?
You know, not a lot of public schools have, you know, 3 top 10 picks in the draft. And I really believe that Eli Scott next year will get drafted as well. So obviously, you know, we have a lot of players on that team that went Division I. Cameron Shelton on that team did too. And we were a very talented team that year. And obviously, we have Jello Ball too, who's on the OKC Blue team. Now, I feel like we're definitely top tier and a team that's going to be talked about a lot in the future.
Did you know, like, back then how special, you know, it was? I know you guys obviously, you know, beat teams by 50 every night. You went like, what, 35-0, but still, did you know, like, in that moment how special that group was?
Yeah, for sure. Because you don't see public school teams go 35-0, number 1 in the country, with 1 senior on that team. And we were a very young team winning all those games. So I knew Melo was going to be special. Melo knew I was going to be special. Alonzo believed in us both. And, you know, Alonzo just carried the team. You know, really gave us all confidence. You know, shout out to him.
We're back to Chris Kirshner.
When you were younger, did you and your brother ever talk about what draft night would be like? And if so, like, what did you guys dream about it and imagine what this day would be like if it ever came?
My older brother always knew I was going to be better than him. You know, he always used to tell me that I was the one in the family that would make it to this point if someone was. And he would always tell everybody that too. So, man, we would just always talk about how, you know, I'd be here and how we all be at the same table with each other. But, you know, obviously things in life happen. It's not with us anymore. But he's with me in spirit. I love keeping this memory alive.
Okay. We'll go back to Raphael Haynes.
We're getting a lot of fan reaction about the draft pick, and Onyeka, everybody, people I've talked to are very excited, feel like we have the best pick, but they're saying that it's the perfect fit. Yes, we know that you're happy to be here, but as far as you fitting with Atlanta, do you think this is the perfect fit for you as far as your abilities and what the team needs?
100%. Obviously, you need defense for this team, so I definitely bring that for the Atlanta Hawks team. You know, solely off that, just defensively, I can be a great fit for this team, and that's why they chose me. I fit, so I'm excited to be able to get into the rotation, be able to learn different plays, and win games.
We've got a question from Kevin Chenard of Hawks.com.
Yes. Do you think that playing with Lonzo and LaMelo prepared you for playing with somebody like Trae Young?
Definitely, because they're all talented point guards. You know, getting to learn from the Naismith Player of the Year my freshman year. I mean, it helped me a lot because it helped me be able to play with anyone. So, you know, LaMelo my sophomore year too, you know, great player, best player in California that year. Now I get to play with All-Star Trae Young. I'm excited for that. He was a great player, and I can't wait to work with him.
All right. It looks like our final question will come from Rashad Milligan from Peachtree Hoops.
All right, Onyeka, I have a couple kind of questions right here. The first one is Don C and, you know, Foot Locker, they kind of collabed on this exclusive wear and they gave you an outfit and everything like that. I wonder, how was that partnership? Was that just like a kind of a business thing? Like, did you have any contact with Don C out there in LA on the West Coast? That's my first question, first of all.
Yeah, you know, Excel and Don C, you know, they wanted me to do this thing for draft where I wear one of these shirts made. I think it said Focus. It said Focus on the front. And that's what I came up with. And it's in Crayola, like crayon kind of, like watermarks crayon. Because it's like me looking at it, dreaming about that, me being as a kid, focused as a kid, you know, playing with crayons. So it's kind of a tough for sure.
Cool. And my final question is, what's your favorite DC to Don song?
Red Light, man. That's my favorite song with him and YBN Almighty, I think. That song is tough.
All right, Onyeka, thank you very much. We are going to transition back to Travis for a second so that he can give an overview of what he saw in our next guest, which is our second round pick, number 50 overall, Skylar. Skylar is headed to the studio. And again, during that time, we'll have Travis give an overview.
Well, to be clear, I don't know red light, so don't ask me that. With our second round pick, we targeted a guy that we had much ranked higher in Skylar, and we were doing our best to try to trade up to get him, but obviously unsuccessfully because we didn't move up. But we were thrilled when he was there. And as you know, I'm a broken record here. Start with the person. This guy is off the charts, a 4-year player at LSU, great family, graduated, high honors, and just an all-around great guy. As the player, you've heard me say, he's a combo guard. He's got good size. He's strong. He can be a playmaker, facilitator. He can also get to the rim, and he can shoot the ball. So we're extremely excited to be able to add Skylar to the roster. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Skylar to make some remarks.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Slink, and I just appreciate the opportunity. I want to thank the.
You got to learn to call me Travis, man.
Okay. Well, I want to thank my Lord and Savior first and foremost for letting me reach this point. I obviously want to give a shout out to my family, and I'm excited to come here and really learn from all the vets and all the young guys, and just play a role in bringing wins to the city.
That's awesome. So, Skylar, our first question for you will come from Jamila Johnson of AtlantaHawksFans.com.
Hi, Skylar. Welcome to Atlanta, and congratulations to you again.
Thank you.
So my question is, we hear a lot about your basketball IQ and what you can bring to the court, but what is something or what is a skill you think you can bring that a lot of people don't talk about, or maybe it's not as prominent as that?
Yeah, I think I bring a lot of things to the table. I think I'm very versatile. I think I'm going to be a great defender in the league, and really excited to bring that defensive intensity and bring that edge on that side, and just be competitive and make winning plays. And I know that's probably where my role is going to start, and I'm hoping to expand from there.
Okay, our next question will come from Sarah Spencer.
Skylar, what kind of role, I know you mentioned, defense being a priority, but what kind of role do you see yourself trying to carve out here with the Hawks?
I never really put pressure on myself in that regard. I just kind of try to, come to work every day and work on my game and fill whatever Coach Pierce and everybody wants me to do. But I think, the good part of my game is that I can fill many roles, and just looking to play my part and what the team wants, and I'm sure that'll be fluid throughout the season.
Thank you.
Next question from Edwin Powell of Hawksbeat.
Welcome to Atlanta, man. I asked Onyeka this question as well. I'm curious as to who in the NBA you feel your game is comparable to.
I think a guy that I really try to learn from and watch film is Malcolm Brogdon. Somebody who's able to play both guard spots and defend 3 spots. I like watching Corey Joseph. I like watching Avery Bradley. Guys like those who bring that tenacity on the defensive end. And obviously I like watching the greats and trying to take little things from them. But I think Malcolm Brogdon would be a great comparison.
Okay. Our next question comes from Rashad Milligan.
Well, just to follow up on Edwin's question, Malcolm is from Atlanta. Do you look forward to maybe meeting with him, working out with him while you're down here?
Sure, yeah, and I think they used to call him Prez, so he's a high character guy, a guy that I can maybe link with and really take things from and learn from, along with the guys here. I'm really excited to get with the guys here and get through all this COVID protocol stuff and get on the court and then get to learning. So I want to start in Atlanta first, and then when I get established, meet guys like that though.
Next question is back to Sarah Spencer.
Skylar, what are your thoughts and impressions of this Hawks team? A team that's trying to go from 2047 to maybe making a playoff run this year. What are your thoughts on the guys that they have?
We're going to make a playoff run. We're really talented. Got a great young core. We've got vets and Clint, and just got a lot of talented guys that are going to get up and down, and hopefully I can just help the team make winning plays and put points on the board and get stops and just I think we just got a great group, a lot of talent, and we're ready to get working and make a push.
Have you been able to meet a lot of people so far? I mean, I'm sure it's been like a total crazy whirlwind.
I haven't. I mean, I've met obviously the staff, the front office, but I haven't really met the coaches yet. Haven't really met the players yet, but it'll come soon.
Got it. Thank you.
Next question from Raphael Haynes.
After removing your name from last year's draft, what were you able to gain or improve this year in college for this upcoming year in the NBA?
Well, I shot it a lot better this year. That was a big focus of my summer going into my senior year. But, I'm a guy who tries to work on all facets of my game, and I think it shows in how I play, being able to fill so many different roles. But shooting the ball was a major key for me, and I made progress, and I'm going to continue to make progress because that's kind of the name of the game in this league.
Is it anybody in particular you look forward to playing, or you have a checklist like I can't wait to play these guys or guard these guys since you're a defensive guy?
I'll say Langston Galloway because I've been in Baton Rouge with him this whole time, and we've been working, and he's really helped me work on my shot and my shot prep and continue to improve in that. So it's going to be exciting to go against them and show them what I've been working on with them and try to get some shots off against them.
Okay. Yakiri from Chicks Into Sports.
Congratulations again, Skylar. Could you just walk us through a range of emotions that you had during draft night, just being caught up in the excitement of that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much a mess the whole week before, but I was just excited to get my name called to such a great organization where I'm gonna have an opportunity to learn and get to work, and I'm happy. I'm very ecstatic about where I'm at, and I'm happy how things went that day. But it was definitely I was all over the place. I was on both ends of the spectrum.
All right, we're back to Rashad Milligan.
Yeah, Skylar, you're older than a lot of these, as you mentioned earlier, this young core. So with that, just what do you think you can bring, and how beneficial do you think it was for you to be in school so long in regards to kind of limiting the transition period it's going to take to get used to the NBA game?
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot these past 4 years, and I was able to start all 4 years, so I've got plenty of experience on that level. Obviously, this is a different game, so even though I'm older, I'm still a rook, and I'm going to have a lot to learn from the younger guys. And I'm not coming in with an ego like I'm older than you, so I can't learn anything from you. So I'm just ready to try to learn and get my feet wet, kind of get in a rhythm, because I haven't really been in a consistent rhythm this whole with all the COVID stuff, and it's been kind of hard to really get in a rhythm, and so I'm happy to be here, pretty close to home, and just just interact with these guys and learn more about them and learn from them on and off the court.
We are back to Sarah Spencer.
I was just wondering, do you kind of pride yourself on your versatility? Like, I know you're kind of a combo guy, and it seems like your versatility might be one of your strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate all aspects of the game. I kind of break it down to, little plays like steals and deflections, and all that stuff matters because all that stuff is the difference. That's all the stuff that coaches get on you after the game for, they're breaking down film. So just try to be, the best I can in every aspect of the game. And I think it shows by, how much pride I take in every possession. And I think that's what kind of makes me more versatile.
Thank you.
Okay. We are back to Raphael Hayes.
Have you got a chance to speak to Coach LP since you've been drafted? And if you have, is there anything that you can share or talk about as far as what he expects from you?
Yeah, he expects me to come in and compete, which is, kind of what I expect of myself. I never put stats on my mind or anything like that. I just kind of try to come in and work every day. But he did call me right after they picked me and told me that they were excited to have me, and just told him how excited I am to be here and just thankful for the opportunity to get to work.
And do you like the fact that you're joining a team that is on the rise? And like you stated before, you are going to make the playoffs, but that you are young but on the rise and coming up together?
Absolutely. Just like everybody here knows, I'm here with a winning mindset. I come from winning. That's all pretty much I'm all about. I just want to help us, kind of get over that hump and eventually win a championship here.
It looks like our final question will come from Rashad Milligan.
Yeah, so as Travis mentioned in the intro, you have pretty good grades at LSU and stuff like that. But you're also a pre-med student, and you were kind of considering medical school before, you got drafted in the NBA and stuff. So my question with that is, A, when's the first time you really got interested in that medical stuff? And then B, how has that been through the entire pandemic?
Well, I love the game first. I didn't grow. When I was 7, I wasn't thinking about being a doctor. When I was 7, I was drawing pictures of myself in an NBA jersey. So this has always been, plan A for me. But my parents are doctors and nurses. My dad's a doctor and my mom's a nurse. So and my sister's getting her DNP down in New Orleans. So that's kind of all I've been around, and I definitely have an interest. I'm going to be picking Miss Chelsea's brain a lot with all the stuff they have over here with the P3 stuff. So I'm excited for that. And but obviously basketball is number one for me, and bringing wins to the city, like I said before.